reached the friendship. Guard speaking.
Where are you, man? You're supposed to be here. We have already let everybody in.
Let who into what? Where are you?
Into tranquility, man. You're supposed to be here. You're supposed to be here hosting the opening ceremony.
I know. I'm just kidding. I'll be right there. I had to make a little detour to make sure the friendship was in peak condition for FanFest. You know, the high five launchers, they were all bent out of shape after E-Vegas. It was unbelievable. Keep them there. I'll be right there.
You better hurry. I don't know how long I can keep them here until they, riot and shoot up the monument.
Okay, so I don't have time for a haircut. You know, there's this place over in Amar that does everything with civilian lasers. They don't even use scissors anymore.
You got 2 minutes, Guard. 2 minutes.
More time than I need, FC. I'll be right there.
Autopilot engaged.
Autopilot set. Maybe I should work on my presentation. What should I talk about?
CCP Science Department, Quant speaking.
Oh, hey Quant. I got a little favor to ask. I needed to crunch some numbers for me. I'm doing this opening ceremony at FanFest, and I kind of need to know what people want to hear about and stuff.
I'll have to load up the FanFest survey data for the last few years and throw together a vectorized self-aware AI in Java, built on the collective consciousness of all of EVE players, and based on all the data we've been...
Boring. Get to the point, nerd.
All right. People want to hear some cool things about FanFest.
That's easy. I mean, there's so many cool things happening that... Consider it done.
Oh, and they want to hear some lame puns and dad jokes.
I'll try to make it happen.
Subconsciously, they seem to wish you were tall and blonde.
What? Tall and blonde? Well, I guess 2 out of 3 ain't bad, so... Thanks, Quant. See you there.
To the dance floor, put your motherfucking hands in the air like this and whoa! To the dance floor, jump around all night with your space friends. Whoa! To the dance floor, carry on all night, cause your hub is alright.
Tall and blonde. Tall and blonde.
Say, Manic.
Yeah.
How's FanFest treating you, buddy?
Good.
Are you doing anything special right now?
No.
I was wondering if you could do me a little favor, maybe.
Sure.
Just keep close and memorize this, all right? Come on.
To the dance floor, carry on all night, cause your hub is alright. Whoa! To the dance floor, jump
Yeah, he's coming right now. You really did it this time, Guard. Did you actually get a haircut? Good luck.
Good luck with what?
Making your way in space today takes everything you got.
Taking a break from all your troubles sure would help a lot.
Wouldn't you like to warp away? Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your space name. And they're always glad you came. You wanna be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You wanna be where everybody knows your space name. You wanna go where people know people are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your space name. Yeah! Woo! Welcome to FanFest 2017! Woo! So good to have you here. We should probably introduce ourselves. It would be kind of rude not to, right?
That sounds appropriate.
Yeah. So I'm CCP Guard. I'm a lead community developer for EVE Online, and you might know me from such things as the internet. I've been with CCP for slightly longer than EVE has been a published game, and now I'm just super pumped to be here with you today. So, you guys, it's all about you, the EVE community. So I brought with me here today a super awesome representative of the EVE community. So give it up for Mr. Manic Velocity.
I'm Manic Velocity. I am also from the internet. I like to lose lots of ships in LowSec, and I also do some social commentary on Twitch and YouTube about the EVE community. And last year, I hosted the 07 show at EVE Vegas.
Yeah, and speaking of EVE Vegas last year, Manic did a really great presentation about overcoming social anxiety with EVE's assistance. So, you know, he gets nervous in front of large crowds, so I thought, why not just drag him up here, you know?
What a prick.
But welcome to Iceland, Space Friends. It's super awesome to have you here with us. After all the planning and all the work, this is it, and we are finally all here together. So this wouldn't be possible without all of you. So I want all of you to just look around the room. Look at all these people that have come all this way just to be here with you and make these few days special for us. So give a big hand to everybody here. You know what? Let's do this properly. You know, the people sitting next to you, reach out and give them a pat on the back. Pat on the back. Everybody, pat on the back. Aw.
And now lean in for a kiss.
Okay, no? Well,
No?
okay.
All right.
We'll let you go on that one. But Manic, you are one of those people who has come a long way to be here with us today. Like, how has it been for you so far?
It's been okay. No, really. Iceland is a beautiful place and has treated me very well. What's really cool to consider is that CCP is in a really unique position to hold an event like this, where people come out from all over the world year after year to this scarcely populated and isolated island to celebrate a video game and the role we all play in it. But I think that's a testament to the kind of game and the kind of culture that CCP has fostered over the years.
Yeah, we couldn't do it without you, that's for sure. This picture kind of reminds me of the view I got when I was coming in on the friendship earlier, actually.
It's very beautiful.
But FanFest is very special, but it's a lot of different things to a lot of different people. But I think our CEO Hilmar said it best last year when he talked about how it's like an annual celebration for both players and developers of EVE Online. So there's this tradition here in Iceland called Árshátíð, where
Bless you.
Thank you. Where companies gather all their staff together and look back and see what went right, what went wrong, what's ahead, you know, and celebrate a little bit. And we just sort of do that with you. Like, we really just do that with all of you guys, because it's a common thing for all of us. And it's just a really good time to kind of pause and look at like how everything is going, and you know where we are with this universe that we're also passionate about. And then, you know, we can look back. It's kind of like a checkpoint where we can look back, we can look forwards, and we can sort of decide together how we want to continue on this, you know, unique collaboration that we have as developers and players of EVE Online.
And we want to give a huge shout out to the people watching on the stream. Those of you who can't be with us, you know, it's unfortunate, but we want you to know that we wish you were here, and this show is really as much for you as it is for all of us. Yeah. So, round of applause for everybody watching at home.
It's a good catch with people on the stream. I kind of felt we were being watched. All right, so this is the 13th FanFest. That's a lot, and you know, it's
13 is usually associated with, you know, bad luck.
Yeah, you know, but we aren't so superstitious up here, so we'll be fine, I'm sure. Nothing bad will happen.
I'll trust
what could
you.
go wrong? What could go wrong? But FanFest goes back a long way. We had the first FanFest here in Iceland in 2004, just a year after EVE was launched.
And what was it like back then? I think I was 20 years old.
Yeah, I was probably 20 or so too. It was smaller. That's just the word that sums it up. It was a lot smaller, but we had like you see like today when you come to the airport or when you go downtown, you see EVE everywhere. There's people wearing like EVE shirts everywhere, and it's really big and visible when you come to Iceland. But back then, we were super proud just to have these 2 banners hanging from the bar downtown where we did registration. It's awesome after everything to be represented and downtown Reykjavik. Presentation rooms were smaller, crowds of players were smaller, but we did get like 140 people, I think, from abroad for that first one, which was a great accomplishment for us back then. And the only thing that wasn't small were the dreams talked about in the presentations at that FanFest. And the cool thing is that most of those you guys have been able to play with for years now. So that's super awesome. Then we had this, it's so old, it's been so long that, where Harpa should be right now, the building you're in right now, it wasn't even built. There's just this like old warehouse where I went to my first rave in 1993. Rest in peace. But as you've seen already walking through the building, this year we really wanted to celebrate your allegiances, because it's your allegiances and loyalties to, groups of friends, organizations, common ideas that sort of drive this powerful, emergent, large-scale gameplay that makes EVE special. The thing that kind of, drops jaws, draws headlines every time. It's fantastic. So we want to do a little check where your allegiances lie. So, and how you self-identify. Who in here would identify as a high-sec player? Okay.
What about low sec? There we go.
Ooh. Lots of pirates in the house. How about some of those power players from nullsec? Anybody here? There are rules here, just saying.
What about any of you creepy wormhole guys?
Wow. Oh, you made it. So how about any scammers? PvPers? Role players? Lore nerds? Bot users?
Somebody
We're
find
coming
that guy
for you guys.
after
We're
this.
coming for you. I saw you. All right, but yeah, it's a hell of a lot. So then there's the alliances. That's where things usually get pretty interesting and feisty. That's where people's allegiances really kick in hard.
Last year, Pandemic Legion had the most members here at FanFest. Anybody here from Pandemic Legion right now who's willing to admit it? They are. So which alliance do you guys think has the most members here this year? Throw out some names.
What do you think?
Really?
Come on.
I haven't heard it. All right. I don't think I heard it, but it's the alliance that everybody loves. Goon Swarm.
Good showing, guys. Pandemic Legion, you were really close. It's a tight contest, and there's a lot of other big groups here. That's awesome. It's awesome to see.
Yeah, we want to play a little game, actually. Since we have a lot of alliances here, we want to make sure that they're all represented appropriately. So we're going to click through all of the alliance logos up here on the screen. And when you see yours, I want you to just give a really quick, loud cheer.
Okay, so this is going to be fast. So edge of your seats, get ready, and quick and loud when it appears. All right, ready? Oh my God, this is
It
great.
sounds like animals being slaughtered.
Yeah. You guys are like the world's most fucked up choir, but we love you anyway.
It's a lot of good representation.
Yeah. So,
This is my line.
yeah, sorry.
So FanFest should be an interactive experience. It's why we're all here meeting in person rather than communicating through space pixels. And it's not just about us being up here and telling you guys what's going on. We want you to tell us what you're doing, what you're thinking, what you're seeing, hearing, smelling. Maybe not smelling. But we want to know what you're experiencing, and we want you to share those experiences with the rest of the world.
And you can do that using any of these awesome apps and social media outlets. So Twitter is my favorite place for having these open conversation about any topic, and I really like it. So if you're not on Twitter yet, you should get an account and talk about FanFest and show people what you're doing and see what other people are doing.
And Instagram is really the best place to share photos, so we're looking forward to seeing all of yours from this weekend.
So use our hashtag eFanFest and any other hashtags we might have to get your conversation into the bigger picture. And it's always great to see what people are saying for real out there. It's great. People are saying great things about FanFest, and both people that are here and people that just want to be here. It's very good to see. It's very good to see that people are paying attention to FanFest wherever they are. Like,
these are totally not photoshopped, by the way.
It's cool. It's all good. And Facebook, it's obviously where the biggest number of people probably will get news and updates coming out of FanFest. And this year we're going to be using its live feature to bring those of you at home, in particular, exclusive recaps of each day so that you can keep up with all the things that are talked about at FanFest. And we're also going to do a thing where we're going to take you on a guided tour around the FanFest venue and show you what FanFest feels like in real time in 3D, so you get a better feel for it. And we encourage anybody here who uses Facebook, if there's anyone here, to use the live feature as well to show people at home like what you're experiencing here in Iceland. It's easy and fun.
And Snapchat is all about capturing moments, and we want to help you experience cool and interesting moments from different people and from different perspectives. So if you're unfortunately stuck at home and you're curious about what's going on here at FanFest, or even if you are here and you want to see what other people are experiencing, you can tune in and watch through the eyes of others.
Yeah, it's basically our first step in making all of you an omnipresent hive mind. But we got our hands on 8 of these new Snapchat spectacles, and we're going to be giving them out to different people over FanFest, both developers and players, and they're going to be using them to show everybody, different sides of FanFest and what's going on, and so we definitely, they're going to be adding them to the EVE Online account, so add that account and see what everybody's up to. We're going to be sending them, around town after hours, going to events at Harpa, and even out in the countryside for some things, so it's going to be fun.
So look for people wearing these glasses, and if you see them pushing the button on the left side just like this, just know that you're in front of an audience of millions on the internet, so don't screw it up.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Got to remember to turn those off when you go back to the hotel afterwards.
Right.
All right, so the 07 stream is also going to be very interactive this year. Plenty of ways to take part instead of just watching. And of course, there's Twitch chat. Twitch chat probably going nuts right now, which is the by many considered to be like the bedrock of modern civil discourse.
Ha!
Then, if you're great at writing tweets, we're going to be posting, tweets on screen all weekend. So, you can get yours, tweet on TV. We like to see what, like I said, what people around the world are just saying about the FanFest. Everybody's paying attention, and it's very important to us and fun to see. And we get these totally like real shows of feelings. We like to see what you're really thinking. So keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Totally not photoshopped.
Totally real.
We'll also be doing the shout-outs on the stream and on social media, so this is your chance to get on the stream and give shout-outs to friends and family and fellow Capsuleers who are watching from home. And of course, there'll be the regular giveaways, so if you are watching from home, this will actually be your chance to get a little bit of a leg up on those here to win some various skins and plex. So keep an eye on the stream for details.
And since we're talking about the stream, I just want to give a quick applause to the crew in the back. They're working really hard. They've been working their fingers to the bone. Just stop. Just a quick applause. I don't want to inflate any egos back there. They have a lot of work to do. Then, of course, there is react.eveonline.com where you can post your feelings in real time and become part of the overall mood swing on the stream. And also it gives us important data about what you like and what you don't like. So keep them coming.
I'm not sure how this works, but I understand it involves science.
Yeah, it's basically science.
Science.
And speaking of things you can see, both you here and people on the stream are going to be able to watch a lot of presentations. Who's excited about what's in the presentations at FanFest? We got a lot to show you. We have some amazing content. I'm not going to spoil anything, but stay tuned. There's a lot more than just this, but you should definitely check these out. These are the ones I think everybody will be talking about, so keep your eyes peeled.
And we'll also have our regular stream hosts, EVE developers, and including 5 player hosts who will be bringing guests on in between presentations to chat and recap on everything that's going on.
And what better way to follow up on a presentation than going to our roundtable? We have a lot of roundtables, so you should check out what the topics are and go to them. This is really a unique chance for our developers to learn from you and listen to you. It's a unique chance for them to have you all here in person. So they want to hear from you how they should do things and what you think and what's important to you. So go to any ones that you like and talk to players and developers that are also experts on the same topics as you are. It's great fun. Don't be shy. And another way for us to learn from you guys is hosting player presentations here at FanFest. We've been consistently moved and blown away by the content that our player presenters have brought to eVegas and FanFest, so we definitely recommend these.
And these will all be recorded and put up on YouTube after FanFest, so if you happen to miss a presentation because you just got so involved with another one, have you ever noticed how some of the really good ones tend to overlap? You'll still be able to catch up on anything you missed. But not everything happens here at the Harpa.
It's true.
Who's going to the pub crawl? Being from Utah, alcohol is kind of a foreign concept to me. So, Guard, would you mind describing what a pub crawl is?
Okay. How do I explain? I don't have my whiteboard with me, so I'll just have to improvise. Bear with me. Okay. You basically go out with all your best base friends, and you drink all the beer.
So it's exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like,
okay,
actually.
Right.
Yeah. But Reykjavik Pub Crawl is very special. We come to this little city on the fringe of nowhere, and we completely take over downtown for a night, and every bar becomes a pleasure hub. And it's amazing. And I've actually I've heard a lot of bar owners and staff tell me over the years that this is their favorite weekend of the year because they fill their bar every night, and everybody is so nice. You guys are so nice. Did you know that? So I heard from this, I was talking to this bouncer a couple of years ago, big guy, no visible neck anywhere, super strange. And he told me that he had never had his bar filled beyond capacity for many nights in a row without a single negative incident. People were even bringing their glasses back to the bar instead of throwing them at someone. It's
very polite. And just in case you guys don't make it back from the pub crawl, because we know some of you won't, just know that Guard and I, we promise to take really good care of your stuff.
What we don't do for you, we do anything for you. You should have all signed up already, and you need to show up early tomorrow to sync up with your group. Groups start leaving at 8:30, so just be there in time and get warmed up and pumped up for pub crawl. But we have more in store for you. In the Fanfest store, to be exact.
I see what you did there.
You know, Data says puns, I do puns. So we have a lot of great items you can pick up from the FanFest store right here at FanFest, and you know, you should really get something as a souvenir. And those of you at home, if you have any local players here, you should you know, bug the hell out of them and get them to bring you something nice, because you know you deserve it. And you know, if you can't do that, our online store is always there for you with lots of great items.
I like to say that EVE is a game full of people who will take everything from you and make you watch as they burn it. And then they'll buy you a beer afterwards. You know, within the game, we tend to revel in being real scumbags to each other. But outside the game, you guys have proven time and time again that we really are good people at heart. Over the years, you guys have raised over $500,000 for charity, and this FanFest, you'll be able to contribute to that number even further.
So the charity dinner is tonight. I'm going to be going there with a bunch of my awesome colleagues, and we can't wait to sit down with those of you who are going and have a really, really great evening. All of the proceeds are going to be going to the local children's hospital, which takes really good care of a lot of sick kids, and you know, supporting them is awesome.
Then there's also the silent auction located next to the EVE store. There's a lot of really cool items that you guys can bid on. And again, all the money goes to benefit the Children's Hospital. So the details for how and when to place your bids are in the FanFest mega blog that you all saw.
And you know, then I got to take a moment to thank our sponsors who help us make FanFest happen.
You know, Guard, looking at this, this is almost as many sponsors as I have on my Twitch stream.
Yeah. You know, Manic, we're just trying to get to your level. We'll get there someday, I'm sure.
There.
But you know, our sponsors are great. You've been drinking their beer, flying on their planes, and tomorrow you'll be able to play around with some of their gear in the PvP room. Yeah. So we have some awesome things for you there. You can fly as a Valkyrie pilot in these specially made pods. They're really awesome. And if you haven't tried the game out, you really should. It's an amazing experience. It's like nothing else. Then we have Gunjack there as well, another VR experience, and it's amazingly fun. Definitely check that out. And then there's another game there. You may have heard of it. It's called EVE Online.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Okay, you should definitely check it out. I have free codes for you. All right, so you're going to be able to sit down, play with your friends, win some prizes, and we'll be there peeking over your shoulders to learn not to die so much. And yeah, this actually looks pretty cool. If you haven't seen it, it's really good. It doesn't remind me of our LAN center from 2004, actually.
Look at the size of those monitors.
This is, this is great. I mean, there's probably like 3 gnarly dudes in the audience somewhere who know what a LAN center even is. So yeah, we've come a long way with that. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, we had a PvP tournament in the PvP room earlier today, and I went and checked a little bit of it out, and it was really cool. But we want you guys to keep in mind that even though it is the PvP room, to just keep it civil, you know. Friendly competition is fun, but just, you know, make sure you don't get yourself permabanned from the PvP room.
Permabanned? It's interesting you said that. Quite a coincidence, because has anyone here heard anything with the band permaband? Okay. There's a few in the room.
Guard, at Vegas last year, you pulled me up on stage to sing with permaband.
Yeah.
And I naturally assumed that that was my initiation into the band. But you later told me that that wasn't the case.
Yeah, sorry to lead you on like that, buddy, but you know, CCP is an in-house band, and to be part of permaband, you have to be a CCP employee. Until now. So, who in here has played Rock Band? All right, so Rock Band is a really cool game where you can pick up an instrument and assume the role of a band member and play music you like with your friends. And since, you know, you guys are you know, pretty smart, I am sure you have some idea where this is going. So permaband is coming to Rock Band. So, as of tomorrow, in the PvP room, you'll be able to play 2 of your favorite permaband songs. So
Which ones would those be?
Yeah, the songs are Killing is Just a Means and the mega super interstellar hit Wrecking Machine. And this summer, if you have Rock Band at home, you'll be able to download those 2 and 1 more song by permaband for free and play it at home. So
that disappoints me because I was really planning on getting a tan this summer.
yeah.
But now I'll just hang out inside and
Cancel plans.
play Rock Band.
Rest in peace, Tam.
All right.
But you know, we have had a really good time working with our friends at Harmonix who make Rock Band on this little project, and we just want to give a shout out to them. They even sent one of their own to be here with us, and if you see him around near the instruments, just be really nice to him and give him a beer or something. So, good guy.
Speaking of beer, who likes beer? Do you guys like beer? Thought so.
Wow. Didn't expect
Well,
that.
you're in luck because you'll be able to get these unique faction-themed beers all over Reykjavik during FanFest.
So last year we only had them, they were made and sold in one establishment, but now you can get them in a wide variety of locations, which is awesome.
Guard,
Yeah.
what's the legal drinking age in Iceland?
Oh yeah, that's a really interesting question because it's different from a lot of other places. The drinking age in Iceland is actually 20. Wait, that means that CCP is finally old enough to drink. Yes! Whoa! Wow. Are there any devs in the room? Aren't you looking forward to trying that beer? It's gonna be awesome. I'm actually kind of thirsty after all this talking. I think we should just get a beer. Yeah.
We should have one now.
Garçon. Thank you.
No
Thank
tip.
you. No. All right. So,
Oh, what?
come on. Like you wouldn't do the same.
He's part of the bit. He knows he's not getting tipped.
All right, so we just want to give a toast to 20 years, and to FanFest.
To FanFest, to you guys,
To you guys,
to CCP.
yeah, and
This is when you
yeah,
cheer?
it's awesome. This is great. So, speaking of 20 years, we want to welcome someone special on the stage. Someone who's been with CCP from the early days and has done more to shape CCP and the EVE universe than anybody else. Let's welcome on the stage our CEO, Hilmar Veigar Pétursson. See you around.
Thank you, Sverre. What are we talking about the drinking age? I seem to remember drinking being involved before. Anyway, 20 years, that's quite a lot. And the most interesting thing about it is it doesn't really feel like 20 years. It actually feels like we're just starting. I am probably the most proud of that, how vibrant the company is right now. Very much ready for the next 20 years. But we know it happened. We have ample photographic evidence that it was 20 years. Some of it is not very flattering. And a lot of it is me here on stage talking to you guys. So here's a little kind of trip down memory lane for me, which could also be called how EVE Online helped me overcome social anxiety. There's been a lot of people involved getting us to where we are. There have been thousands of people that have worked on EVE Online. There have been millions of players that have gone to push EVE Online to where we are today. And a lot of it has involved this event, FanFest, where we get our bearings and we get our things. Sometimes I'm fat, like there. Then I'm making a wave. 10 years, that feels like it just happened. Not so fat. And super happy. So thank you for the journey so far. Thank you. And like I was saying, I am actually more excited about the next 20 years than the first 20 years, even though that is an epic achievement to go on for 20 years in the gaming industry. That is a rare occurrence. And I want to kind of go a little bit over now exactly what have been achieved kind of in the last year. 2016 was amazingly successful for CCP. I think we can argue it is the most successful year of CCP ever. We had record revenue, we had record morale at the company, we had record level of change, we had record number of releases. So it's been a phenomenal year, and it puts a lot of pressure on us to make 2017 even better. And of course, EVE Online has had an amazing year. There's been a lot of really bold changes done to the game, which are very much needed, because everything around the game is changing, and the game has to change to evolve with the times. And some of them have been quite ballsy, and I really just want to give a hand to all the developers and to you guys who have been able to push EVE this far in 2016. I'm super proud of that. Thank you. And of course, we have a whole hour dedicated to that, starting at 6, where Andy and the dev team will go through all of that and all the amazing things that are up and coming. So I am more here to speak of everything else that is going on at CCP, which is quite a lot. A lot of it involves virtual reality, which is something we entered into very much at the encouragement of FanFest attendees in 2013, where we brought EVE Valkyrie to FanFest kind of on a whim, but you guys kind of really rooted us on, and that then became EVE Valkyrie, and the story has been told since then many times. But last year, of course, the virtual reality business really started for real, with the Oculus Rift coming out on the 28th of March, and since then the Vive and the PlayStation VR. So now we have basically finished year one of virtual reality. And we're very proud of the fact that Valkyrie was very much kind of the spearhead pushing a lot of this forward. Valkyrie came out with Oculus Rift with the pre-orders, then came on to the PlayStation VR and to the Vive. And we have had a lot of people run through Valkyrie. Any Valkyrie players here? Yeah, exactly. I was at the player meet yesterday. It was very nice. And to give you a sense for how big Valkyrie is, if I count up all the minutes that all of the players have played in Valkyrie, it's actually 88 man-years, 11 months, 28 days, 17 hours, 16 minutes, and 48 seconds. And in that time, 7 million spaceships have been destroyed, which is maybe a good hour of EVE Online today, but it's a lot of spaceships compared to EVE Online in the beginning. I don't think there was that level of destruction in the first year of EVE Online. So it's off to a great start. And many people have really said that VR won't succeed because people won't play it for a long time. The average session length for Valkyrie is actually 1 hour, which compares very nicely to other first-person shooters which are not in VR on the PC and console. So that myth has definitely been debunked with Valkyrie players. Some Valkyrie players are alarmingly dedicated. We have found in our data, we have logs, they show stuff. One player has played for 8 hours in a day, again the day after, and again, and again, and again for a whole week, and then logged in the day after, so he didn't die from it. So I think any fears or myths that you can't play in VR for a long time have definitely been debunked by this. And I'm counting 3 tattoos already. It's a really good achievement in just a year. And of course, we have an amazingly talented team in Newcastle, which is not stopping anytime soon. And they're actually about to release a major new development into Valkyrie. So next week, on the 11th of April, a new expansion comes to Valkyrie called Ground Rush. It brings a lot of new features, new content, new wormholes, and new Wormholes game modes. And it even has a support for the Steam controller. And it has this amazing feature, which is called Solitude. So we're bringing Valkyrie to the ground. So Valkyrie player gets to play over this contested planet surface. It's a military research facility. You can fly over it. You can fly inside it. I've played it a bit, and it will definitely challenge any competent Valkyrie pilot. You will be able to play it downstairs tomorrow. So it's here at FanFest. You can see the pods in the play area. So definitely looking forward to hear your feedback on that. There will be surveys and things to get your impressions. But it's coming next week on the 11th. And if you were here at FanFest 2006, you might remember this. We showed a prototype of EVE Online flying over planets. This is an actual ship from EVE flying in the engine over a planet surface. So it might have taken 11 years inventing VR and a whole new product, but so we got there in the end. And I have some gameplay footage, which I would like to roll and just give you a glimpse to get you psyched up to go and try it out tomorrow. So please roll the video. CCP Ru is here at FanFest. He has a lot of activities on Saturdays. He has a talk, there's a panel, there's a roundtable. So I definitely encourage you to go there and talk to him directly to give your impressions of Ground Rush, of Valkyrie overall, and what you would dream about seeing in VR in the future. Definitely take an opportunity to do that. Then Gunjack. So we released Gunjack with the dawn of mobile VR on the Galaxy Gear VR that came out in November 2015, and with that we released Gunjack. And since then we've taken Gunjack to 5 different platforms. Gunjack has been a day 1 release for all the major platform releases in 2016. Gunjack has now sold 500,000 copies, 500,000 units. I call that the most sold VR game in the history of mankind. I've now been saying it for 3 months. Nobody has contested it, so I will keep claiming that legacy until I'm corrected. And of course, Gunjack brought Gunjack 2, which we collaborated on with Google and came to the Daydream late last year, and a major update in January. We actually have Gunjack here at the show, so if you go to the Playroom, you can play Gunjack 2. It's really fun to play. It has an interesting controller mechanic and a lot of new content. Definitely encourage you to go and check that out. And if you have a Pixel phone, you should buy the Daydream headset. It's great value for the money. And then in Atlanta, as we've been showing you here for the past 4 years, I think, then we started early 2014 in some deep research into what's going to be the next wave of VR games, or kind of VR input. And we brought something to you guys here at FanFest in 2015. It was a kind of a workshop of many things to do. You could be a wizard and throw a fireball. You can play with a musical map of Iceland, use the Microsoft Kinect and a DK2. It was a lot of R&D, and it was quite amazing, actually. It wasn't quite practical to use that as a setup. So as soon as the track controllers, we took the experience that fitted the most to that, which was what we've been since calling Project Arena, and a lot of you played that last year. And Project Arena has been taken around the world, and we've gotten a lot of good feedback on it, and we've decided to go and release it this year as a game. We've given it the name Spark. We don't have it here at the show, unfortunately. The team is very busy getting ready to ship this year. It's a lot of work, believe me, shipping across all 3 VR platforms. And Spark will actually be the first game that we release that is not an EVE Universe game. Spark is kind of its own IP. It's not really like an IP. It's more like a sport. I don't really know how to describe it. You really have to just try it. Your VR equipment is more like your tennis racket, and it's just you and your opponent, and you're playing in something which is actually very active. So you might accidentally get in shape. So it's a very nice sized benefit. So it's coming to Oculus Rift, HTC Vive, and PlayStation VR this year. So if you have one of those devices, you'll be able to play it. Then, there's a very committed group of players hassling me on Twitter about news about Project Noah. So I want to bring some of that. So for those who don't know, then Project Noah is our latest attempt to bring about the vision of mercenaries on the ground of the EVE universe. We, of course, started with Dust, which has now gone, and we brought Noah to FanFest here last year, and we got some great feedback. We're definitely still working on it. We're actually now in the process of moving Noah to Iceland. We're setting up a team here in Iceland to benefit from a lot of the backend and EVE experience, because one of the feedback from FanFest last year is that it was not EVE enough. So we're definitely taking that to account, and no better place than to do it here. So we don't really have a lot of concrete detail, and we won't really be giving any concrete detail out anytime soon. We want to get this right, so bear with us while we sort of get all the machinery working and we get to a place where we're happy to show you guys. But I just wanted to let you know that we're still at it, we're not giving up. I personally am very committed to this. I've been working on this now for 11 years. Again, remember flying over planets? We eventually get there. So this has been a brief update on all the things in 2016 that weren't even online that have been going on. So please give a good hand to all the amazing people at CCP that have made this happen. Then there's this whole topic of VR. A lot of people ask me, so Hilmar, why is CCP doing so much VR? I'm asked about it here, I'm asked about it by people at CCP. I even sometimes ask myself why we are, especially now. Now we're kind of in the, we're thoroughly out of the hype cycle, and we're now in the start of the desert, as I call it. We're now in the VR desert, where all the hype is gone and we just have the reality of VR. Which is actually not as bad as some people are making it out to be. We have, frankly, millions of VR devices out there. So, I mean, if you look at the VR player base, that is a big player base to somebody that comes from Iceland, which only has 300,000 people. And EVE Online does not have millions of players yet. So that is a big deal. So we're not too kind of down about it. We were kind of ready for this, but still, why are we doing it? So I want to talk a little bit about that. So part of the reason why we jumped on VR like we did, apart from the encouragement we got for EVR at FanFest last year, is because a lot of the founding team of CCP actually worked at a prior company called Oz, which actually was founded in '92 in Iceland, if that makes sense to you. So that company wanted to make virtual reality modeling language world, VRML worlds, which was the hot topic back then. So I started my career in making virtual reality happen, probably 30 years too early. Out of that, we actually spun that technology into a smart VR, which was another company I worked for. And then a lot of us went to CCP, where the topic was EVE Online, because doing this kind of massive thing of generic virtual reality was too big and too soon. So not that EVE is small, but it was at least a little more reasonable. So we made EVE, and now we're back into VR. So there's a lot of the inherent DNA and conditions that made CCP that come from there. But there's also more to it. So some of the things that made Eve really work, apart from developers and coffee, this is a picture of that, is that Eve is made in a technology disruption. So Eve could not have happened, obviously without the internet. It would never have happened. But 3D card accelerators were super important, so they were another disruption. And then the ability to do large-scale transactional databases was another thing that just came online, frankly, a year or two after Eve came out. We had to struggle a bit in the beginning. And if you were around there, it really took a military device called the RAM-SAN, which was an SD memory disk array we got from a US military contractor to power Tranquility while databases caught up. So it took a lot of cutting-edge technology to make EVE Online. And of course, because of that, EVE Online has propelled itself into what we have seen to be 14 years old and still thriving, because it was made out of cutting-edge technology. We have then brought a lot of things into EVE to keep it propelling. We have brought production methods, game design, software engineering practices, a lot of new technologies. So like living on this cutting edge is something where we, CCP, thrive. And of course, EVE Online has propelled CCP to amazing heights. Some would even say sometimes too much. We've gone a little too close to the sun. But we are now in a great place to go and explore kind of this new environment we're in. And we're kind of making this new mental model. We used to be kind of thinking of our games mostly as sandboxes. We had the sandbox phase where everything needed to be a sandbox. Now we think about it more as a playground. It's okay to make a little slide like Gunjack. That's just a simple game if it achieves a purpose that is grander beyond itself. So now we think of like we really make these digital playgrounds where people come and have an amazing experience. And not only in amazing experiences, we really want to go for experiences that people rank as the highlights of their lives. And we want to say that because I have had experiences in EVE Online myself, which are definitely the highlights of my life. I've told some of those stories here on stage at FanFest. And I certainly have heard so many stories from all of you about all the amazing things you have done in EVE. So it is not, we want to hold us to that bar of doing experiences that take it to that it is something that you would put on your mantelpiece with your family photos and all that, like I've done. And to do that, there's going to be a little bit of exploring involved. So CCP is now going to go and explore more than we have kind of been doing henceforth. And we're already doing it. The EVR investment is an exploration. And we're going to send out these little expeditions into these kind of new tech areas, go and find new little nuggets of things we can use, either make a whole game like we've done with VR, or take those nuggets and put them into EVE Online to somehow enhance EVE to go further and further. Because we also found you can't really pressure EVE Online with all the innovation and all the ambition of CCP. That's not the right thing to do with EVE, and sometimes we have not gonna do a job on that. So we're gonna kind of expand a bit and go and explore all the exciting kind of cool stuff that is available now. And I mean, there's a lot of it. If you have followed what's going on in artificial intelligence, it boggles the mind. There's a lot of stuff there that can be brought back to make gaming experiences, even to enhance EVE Online. And it's not just the obvious stuff, like having AI-controlled PC NPCs or AI-controlled NPC alliances that slowly conquer the universe and take all this stuff away. There is even more than that you can do. You can make games that, frankly, would be playing inside the imagination of artificial intelligence. So we're going to dabble a bit in this. We're probably not going to go as deep on our own as in VR. We're probably just going to harvest what's available. And then to what I was talking about earlier, it's so much easier to make multiplayer games today than it was when you made EVE. Like 90% of my time, 70% of all our time went into just standing up the single-sharded transactional infrastructure. Now it's amazing to watch our teams just like press a button and voila, you have a cloud infrastructure that just does everything for you. It's quite magical. It opens many doors. And then we have a much better understanding of kind of the things that bring about the whole orchestration of the social economy of EVE. Like EVE is a massive social economy where people are doing work, they're arbitrating value, they're doing pretty deep stuff. And if you look at what's going on with Bitcoin and the blockchain, it actually looks a lot the same. The underlying technology is a way to commoditize and distribute what's currently locked inside EVE Online. That's one of the things I'm personally quite interested in. And then we have a better and better and deeper understanding of human motivation, what causes engagement, why making decisions and having failure in EVE Online is the key to it, why what we wrote in the first line of the EVE script, death is a serious matter, why that matters so much. So we're developing at CCP and the gaming industry overall these massive new techniques to make even better games. And my hope is that in the next 20 years, we will be able to springboard from the first 20 years into these areas and bring back some amazing things to make EVE Online stronger and make other massive projects. We generally are going to kind of use this as our rudder as we go and do this. So the bonsai tree represents EVE Online, which we're super committed in making sure it becomes a sequoia tree that goes on for 4,000 years. VR is definitely a topic. We've kind of put our foot down there. We're going to go there pretty aggressively on our own. But most importantly, we want to keep CCP strong. That is something we've not gone to do a good job when we've done expansions like this before. And we want to make sure the company is in a very secure financial position. We have good profitability every year. We're doing bets where they can fail without breaking the bank. So we're going to keep super focused on making sure as we do this exploration, we always have the ability to fail. Otherwise, it's not really exploration. And I think we will be able to do something amazing that is well beyond what we can imagine today. I think we can even help evolve mankind. I actually think we can go even further and unlock the next stage of human evolution. We're talking 20 years. And I believe that because I've seen it in EVE. EVE has shown us the way, you guys have shown us the way, how much an experience like EVE Online can be so much more than what people call just a computer game. That is an insult to EVE Online to call it just a computer game. It's so much more. But some of it is primitive, some of it is early, some of it we need to better understand. But I believe through kind of doing that, we will put CCP to a great high place in the next 20 years. I don't know what the mountain is. It might be Mount Olympus on Mars, or it might be Mount Everest. It doesn't really matter. It's a metaphor. But we're going to go somewhere high, and we're going to go something really ambitious. And it's really because of all you that I believe we can do this. For the first 20 years, you have helped us get this far, and I hope you will be with us for the next 20 years. So thank you so much for how much you've inspired us to be here after 20 years. Thank you. And to kind of kick off the 20th anniversary year of CCP and this 13th EVE FanFest, I want to take a page from the book of this team. So if you don't know, this is the Icelandic national football team that went to the Euro Cup and did the impossible. I now live in the UK. I hear about it all the time. And they were up against all odds and did the impossible. And they coined a new tradition, which is called the Viking clap. So I'm now going to call my little friend Svenni on stage. And we're going to...
All right.
Okay. So join us in.
Hands
Stand up.
Let's do a test one. All right. Ready? Okay, that was okay. We can do better. Same time. Yeah!
Welcome to FanFest!
We are gonna start the Eve keynote in just, a few minutes. Short break. Don't go far. We'll be back.